side of the spectrum is the New Democratic Party. It's been new for the past 50 years or so. An ideologically grounded party in the left that's also trying to move towards the center, because that's where Canadians are. But it's grounded in its philosophies and principles around unions and socialism that, yes, they're trying to get away from, but they are driven ultimately by, again, a very motivated, very vocal, small group of people.
Well, I have promised I've retired, so don't get your hopes up, because my wife will be really upset if I don't. But
as long as he doesn't hit me with them, because I'm going to get more money. Are we all done and all in at 1,600? 17, I've got 17 someplace. 17, now 18. How about 1,800? How about 18?
But the Liberal Party has achieved the great things here in Newfoundland and across country.
These are the principles that will shape our future. With these principles guiding us, the Liberal Party led us into Confederation, created Memorial University, built and protected our fishing industry, established our forest industry, and launched our oil industry, to name a few of the great accomplishments of our party and our province. We have a great legacy on which a greater future can and will be built. A bright future for our party, a bright future for our people. The Liberal Party of Newfoundland and Labrador. The story continues.
In the past, because we connected with Canadians and their hopes and dreams for the future. Thank you very much. It's an incredible pleasure for me to be back, but I have to start by telling you, stop apologizing for your weather, okay? If Newfoundlanders spend all their time apologizing for the weather, you'll never talk about anything else, and I know you talk about a lot of other things. But it reminds me, one of the last times, well, not one of the last times, but one of the more memorable times I was here was April of 2005, when I actually had the great pleasure of getting my ass thrown out of the Sundance on George Street, because I was here for my stag party, here for my bachelor party. And what we actually did was we went out kayaking with Stan Cook out at Cape Royal, and made it out to a beach where we had jockey from a can and steak and lobsters and no vegetables, a total guy meal. But it was, mid-April, late April, which of course means there was a snowstorm while we were doing it. So like any good Trudeau, my brother and I promptly stripped down to our skivvies and went for a swim in the ocean, much to the surprise and shock of all the Newfoundlanders who were saying, "What you doing, bye?" It just doesn't make sense. It was a lot of fun. But the reality is I know that you had a great summer last week, and this is the first snow of the fall, so happy autumn. No, it's an excuse to be here inside in such a warm and full room. Thank you very much for coming out, and I all the pictures on the tables of me notwithstanding, I think we all understand that I'm just a handy excuse to fill a room. And no matter how much of a draw I might or might not be, this room would not be filled if something wasn't happening here in Newfoundland with the Liberal Party of Newfoundland. There is a tremendous momentum. There is a tremendous appetite for politics to be done differently and to be done more responsibly and to be done in a way that is connecting with people and connecting with Canadians. And that is what the Liberal Party is all about. We have politics that are bringing out the very worst in each and one of us and making us more cynical about our politicians, about our leaders, and about our decisions. We see it here in Newfoundland with the Progressive Conservative government, but we also see it in Ottawa with the strong, stable Harper majority. It's really frustrating to see, because whether we're talking about environmental challenges, of how we're going to balance a strong economy with a sustainable future for our resources and our children, whether it's how we're going to invest in the knowledge economy, whether it's how we're going to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to succeed, to contribute, to be valued by their community, we have conversations that we have to have, a grown-up, adult conversation about where we're going. And politics has never seemed more irrelevant to so many people who are facing huge challenges, who are watching the world unfold. And Canada sitting by.
Do we have 800?
No, the gentleman who's got his hand up for 8 has also had his hand up for 7.
Oh, dearie me. Well, is it 7 or 8? Can we? Well, okay. Thank you for the bid for 7. Now let's have one for 8. Now let's have a bid for 8. Now let's have a bid for 800. How about 800? We should be doing better than this. It's a beautiful pair of boxing gloves, and don't you want them personalized? It's so exciting. And the red. Hey, the red. How about 800? How about 800? How about 8? Do I see? Do I see 8 over here? I have 8 somewhere. Thank you. I can. Somebody said